President Trump and Prime Minister Netanyahu hailed their 20-point plan as a giant step towards peace in the Middle East. But it seems unlikely that Hamas will agree to it, given it's already rejected several of the conditions. They've said for months that they will only release all the hostages once Israel fully withdraws from the enclave. And under this plan, the hostages, dead and alive, would be released within 72 hours of an agreement, and there's no clear timetable for Israeli military withdrawal. Hamas has also said it will not disarm, a central tenet of this deal. It would also have no role in the new government. But if the terrorist organisation does not agree to these conditions, then Israel can carry out what has always been its main objective: to eliminate Hamas with the backing of the United States. A goal that many experts say is nearly impossible without completely destroying Gaza. This plan also lays out a framework for who will be in charge of a post-war Gaza, which has been a major question mark over this entire conflict. The proposal is for a technocratic, apolitical Palestinian committee to be created to be responsible for day-to-day operations. But that committee will be supervised by a new so-called Board of Peace, which will be chaired by President Trump and include others like former UK Prime Minister Tony Blair. Now, this body will set the framework and handle the funding for the redevelopment of Gaza. And just a few months ago, President Trump said he'd like to turn Gaza into, quote, the Riviera of the Middle East, focusing on how lucrative the waterfront property could be, even suggesting that everyone leave during construction. Well, this plan states outright that no one will be required to leave Gaza. Ultimately, it will be the Palestinian Authority that will have control of the enclave, but only once certain milestones at reform are met. And while the proposal recognises statehood as the aspiration of the Palestinian people, the road to getting there is long, with the plan suggesting that it will only happen when Gaza is rebuilt and when an overhaul programme by the authority is faithfully carried out, and only then may the conditions finally be in place for a credible pathway to statehood. Now, Israel has faced mounting global outrage over its deadly assault on famine-stricken Gaza, with a host of Western powers now embracing Palestinian statehood in defiance of the US and Israel. Around 250 people were taken hostage in the Hamas attacks of October the 7th, 2023, in which 1,200 people were also killed. Since then, more than 66,000 people have been killed in Gaza. Kate Fisher, SABC News, Washington.